SCP-3179. Object Class Keter. Containment Procedures. As transportation of SCP-3179 is not feasible, a containment bunker has been constructed around the object. Mobile Task Force Zeta-10 Death Metal are to monitor growth of SCP-3179 and sever sections of its main body to prevent expansion beyond acceptable levels. Any instances of SCP-3179-1 expelled by SCP-3179 are to be eliminated immediately and subsequently analyzed. All personnel interacting with SCP-3179 are to be thoroughly decontaminated before and after each interaction. In accordance with the Marconi Pact, additional information on SCP-3179 and its history can be gained through contact with the Clockwork Orthodoxy ambassadors. Description: SCP-3179 is a liquid metal organism of variable size, capable of expanding its mass, altering its own form, and creating similar, small, autonomous entities. Currently, SCP-3179 is inhabiting the interior of a damaged containment unit constructed using Clockwork Orthodoxy techniques in the years 1917. Records indicating that in the past, this containment unit itself displayed anomalous properties aiding it in its task. However, it seems to have become inert over time, now functioning simply as a sturdy container for SCP-3179. Although this unit has been effective for the last 100 years in restraining SCP-3179's growth, projections suggest it will completely fail within the next 5 years. Expansion usually takes place through the form of several solid, rod-like structures protruding from the original body before settling into a liquid state consistent with the rest of SCP-3179. Although sections of SCP-3179 retain the ability to expand and change shape for several hours after being severed from the original body, they gradually become inert once those hours have passed. SCP-3179 has on multiple occasions demonstrated the ability to create autonomous entities using proportions of its own mass as a base. These entities are to be referred to as instances of SCP-3179-1. Instances of SCP-3179-1, while largely lacking the shape-changing and expansion capabilities of SCP-3179, do not become inert when separated from SCP-3179 in the way other sections separated from it do. Instances of SCP-3179 are specialized for a wide range of purposes, most of which center around breaching SCP-3179's containment. While instances of SCP-3179 obey the initial purposes given to them by SCP-3179 without exception, they do not appear capable of communicating with it after their creation. Unlike SCP-3179, which is freely recognizable as a metallic entity, instances of SCP-3179-1 can simulate an exterior organic appearance. SCP-3179 is sapient and highly intelligent, capable of altering and refining its tactics over time. Evidence suggests that it is also either hostile or uncaring towards human life, causing significant amounts of damage and casualties during its attempt at breaching containment. See Addendum 3179-2. Addendum 3179-1. History. Records suggest that SCP-3179 is an extraterrestrial entity which first arrived on Earth near the village of Daldington in the year 1909 following a meteor shower. Shortly after said arrival, it came into possession of members of the Clockwork Orthodoxy. SCP-3179 was significantly smaller than its current size at this point, but its ability to effectively expand and create specialized entities convinced the members who retrieved it that it was of relevance to their faith. Writings from Brother Inventor Warntley Sillis, one of the individuals who discovered SCP-3179, indicate that it was briefly thought of as the seed of Makan, an entity that would one day expand to such a degree it can be the offspring of their fate's deity. As SCP-3179 grew, it displayed significant hostilities toward the individuals caring for it, causing several casualties. This, along with the lack of reaction towards any display of faith of Clockwork Orthodoxy scripture, convinced religious officials that it was of no relations toward their faith. As efforts to utilize it for their own purposes also failed, then they decided to enact containment procedures using a unit of their own design. As the containment unit had mostly been breached by SCP-3179 by the year 2016, the Clockwork Orthodoxy then contracted the Foundation, informing them of SCP-31's location and requesting that they take over containment efforts. Addendum 3179-2 Attempted Containment Breaches. The following is a record of attempts by SCP-3179 to breach containment, whether through changing the shape of its mass or by producing instances of SCP-3179-1. Date: the 28th of December 2016. SCP-3179 attempted to grow leg structures on its underside, presumably for the purposes of ambulation away from the containment zone. Structures are severed before they can fully actualize. The 11th of January 2017. SCP-3179 attempts to grow massive numbers of propeller structures on the top side of its body, presumably in an attempt to attain flight and escape the containment zone. Structures are severed before they can fully actualize. The 4th of March 2017. Instances of SCP-3179-1 are produced, taking the form of several flying drones that attempt to fly away from the containment zone. All instances of SCP-3179-1 are shut down and recovered. Constructions of the containment bunker was completed following this breach attempt. The 12th of April 2017. SCP-3179 produces several sound-emitting structures within its own mass, using them to speak in the voices of several members of MTF Zeta-10. Voices claim that they have become trapped in SCP-3179, requesting the supervising personnel to enter and retrieve them. Vocalization continues for an hour before ceasing. The 13th of April 2017. Using still existing sound-emitting structures, SCP-3179 screams in the voices of several members of MTF Zeta-10, claiming that SCP-3179 is killing them and requesting immediate assistance. Vocalization continues for 24 hours before ceasing. Supervising personnel admit to significant stress caused by this breach attempt. The 19th of April 2017. An instance of SCP-3179-1 is produced, taking the form of a crude humanoid automaton that speaks in the voice of MTF Zeta-10-3. Instance claims to be MTF Zeta-10-3 and requests it to be released from the containment zone. Instance of SCP-3171-1 is terminated by supervising personnel. The 20th of April 2017. An instance of SCP-3179 is produced, taking the form of a highly advanced mechanical automaton, identical in exterior appearance to MTF Zeta-10-3. Instance claims to be MTF Zeta-10-3 and requests release from the containment zone. also claiming that the individual it is impersonating is himself an imposter created by SCP-3179. The instance is terminated. The 11th of May 2017. MTF Zeta-10-4 is found sabotaging several systems involved in SCP-3179's containment. After restraining MTF Zeta-10-4, tests show that although his aspertimus, eyes and tongue remain organic, his interior mass has been replaced with mechanical systems. Analysis of MTF Zeta-10-4 contact with SCP-3179 in the days preceding this breach attempt suggest that his body was infiltrated by numerous tiny instances of SCP-3179-1s, which converted him into an additional SCP-3179-1 instance while he was asleep. All instances of SCP-3179-1 are terminated and decontamination procedures are enacted. The 12th of May. The 12th of May 2017. Analysis of all personnel assigned to SCP-3179 revealed that several research personnel have been converted into instances of SCP-3179-1. These instances are terminated. It is currently unknown how these personnel, who did not come into contact with SCP-3179, were converted. Addendum 3179-3. On the 6th of February 2017, SCP-3179 created and dispersed numerous metal tablets through its containment area. All tablets bore the following text.
Humans must obey the rulings of the gods. Mekon is a god. Mekon is a powerful entity of steel and industry. I am a powerful entity of steel and industry. Therefore, I am the Mekon. Therefore, I am a god. Therefore, you will release me.
A decision regarding to responding to this communication is pending. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This is Bonsert. Sorry for the long wait, I'm not posting as much to this channel as I would like. The reason for that is that I'm currently very hard at work at writing my own universe called the Association of Ishtar. If you enjoy SCP, you might like this as well. Meanwhile, I'm trying to see if I can find more people to aid me with the production of these videos, so I can post more regularly. If you're interested to know what's going on, go have a look at our Discord. Links are down in the description.